Welcome back to my channel, Be Masculine Asterisk. Let's stop pretending women are impossible to understand. They're no-theor emotional creatures. Beautiful complex, yes, but trust me, there are cracks in the armor, and if you know where to look, you'll see exactly. What makes them melt? What makes them chastened? Yeah, what makes them stay up all night thinking about you this isn't about. Tricks or manipulation, it's a bootsy in the real stuff. Most men miss because, while most guys are trying to hard the smart ones. They're pressing on the right pressure points, the silent emotional triggers that hit deep. So in this video, we're diving into the top 9 female weaknesses every man must know. Some of these will surprise you, some will make you grin, and a few you're going to wish you knew them years ago. Go no fluff, no filters, just straight up stoic power meets primal understanding confidence that doesn't ask for permission. Let's be real, women. Air addicted to confidence, but not the loud show affy look at me type we're talking about. That quiet, unshakable, kind fecund of confidence that walks into a room like it doesn't need applause. That doesn't ask, am I good enough? 'Cause he'd already knows that's the weakness right there. You see most dudes chase validation. They drop compliments over text. Try too hard to prove they're different. But women can sniff that out like blood in the water. Confidence that doesn't chase, that doesn't explain itself, that's rare, and that's sexy ashel. It's the guy who doesn't flinch. She plays games. It's the guy who doesn't rush to fill silences. It's the mon who speaks when he's ready, not when's nervous. She may act tough. She may pretend she's in charge, but when a man stands his ground without ego, without fort, it short circuits. Her brain echoes. Her feminine energy wants to surrender to strength. Not brute strength. The guy who can hold his own, take the lead, and make her feel safe, while doing absolutely not think stray. Owns her thoughts without even trying so. Don't try harder, stand taller, walk slower, speak less, let your energy say hot. Your mouth doesn't need to that, sure. Favorite weakness, and you don't even have to break a sweet to being understood without. Explain your very shinks the truth most women. Eric's housed it from explaining them Sylvester. Tired of saying I'm fine? A not being believed? Tired of men thinking Gevery. Emotional moment means she's too much tired of not being seen. You want talk no. One of her biggest weaknesses, Emmanuel gets it without her needing to spell it out. You don't have to be psychic, you just have to be present. Notice when she goes quiet, feel when her tone change. Read the room. When her energy shifts, most guys miss this. They're focused on what to say next instead of what she's feeling right now. But when you look at her, pause and say something's off. Talk to me when you're ready. That hits different. It tells her this man sees me, don't have to perform with him. I can be soft here. Bro, that's where thralls fall, because women don't fall in love with men who just impress them. They fall for the ones who make them feel understood. So don't force advice. Don't fix everything. Just feel her, that level off attunement. It's rare, and it's one off her deepest emotional weakness. Third, masculine silence in the right mints. Here's a cheat code most men ever learn. Silence is a weapon, not the silent treatment, not ignoring. I'm talking about stoic silence, the kind that says I'm not reacting, I'm observing. In a world full of noise, a man who knows swan to shut up is dangerous. He doesn't chase. He doesn't over-explain. He doesn't tree to win the argument. He just pause, watches, and waits. That stillness, it's magnetic, because it shows power. She's sus to guys blowing up when she tests him, used to boys reacting, begging, orchering to out-talk her. But when she hits her with emotional chaos and you respond with nothing but calm, boom, she's hooked, and she doesn't even know why your silence makes her game sit, makes herself reflect. It puts her back into feminine energy while you stay grounded in masculine energy. This is where attraction gets deeper, because you're not just a guy trying to impress her. You're a man who can handle anything without losing your cool, and that, my friend, is one of her secret cravings. The ability to lean into your quiet strength. She's lost in noise. Let your silence speak. It says more than words Seaver could. For deep eye contact that doesn't flinch. Eye contact isn't just about confidence. It's about dominance, adiri, and something women can't explain but feel deep in their gut. Look Moscas either. Look away too fast or stare like a creep trying to prove something. But the man who can lock eyes, stay calm and smirk, just a little game over, because the eyes tell her everything woes. Grounded, who's nervous, who's letting, who's chasing, who's comfortable in his own skin, and who's faking it. When you look her in the eyes while staying completely relaxed, it creates instant sexual tension. You're not trying to win her. You're just letting her see the fire without saying a word. That kind of eye contact flips a switch in her brain. This guy isn't scared of me, he sees me. And is not backing down. You don't need pickup lines, you don't need to run game, just look, hold, and smile. You already know. She's thinking about Yobex. Once she feels that power, she'll remember your face long after the conversation. Ensign 5, the need for mysterious depthlets. Get something. Straight women are curious creatures, not in a nosy way, in a soulful way. They crave depth, not theckened. You spill in a therapy session. Theckened, you hint it like a book with missing pages. A woman's 5th weaknesses, hooked by mystery, by silence, by stories. Untold now. I'm not saying be a cryptic weirdo. I'm saying don't hand her everything up front. Most guys overshare it too soon, thinking emotional dumping. Bonding, nah, that's just noise. They're all game, be open, but layered. Let her earn pieces of you like puzzle parts, tell her a story, then stop halfway. Makayer, lean in. Give her a glance that says Yovi lived through things she'd never fully understand but might one day get close to. Women want to explore a man like a secret garden. If you're too vious, she'll walk away bored. But if there's a storm in your past, a shadow asterisk behind your smile, a hint of pain you've turned into poetry, she'll stay, she'll dig. She'll feel mystery makes you memorable. Don't be a locked box, be a maze with meaning. That's her 5th weakness. The urge to figure you out, feed that urge, but slowly, never all at once. Sign 6, her soft spot for a man with purpose, not just passion. There's a strange thing that happens when a man walks in the room with a mission. Everything slows down, the music fades, noise shrinks, and all the small talk gets swallowed by something bigger, presence. Now you've heard this a million times, right? Women love a man with ambition, but that's not quite. Ambition alone is like caffeine. It wakes you up, but it burns out fast. What sheerly aches for is a man with purpose at that. Slow-burning fire that doesn't flicker in the wind. Let's break it down. Passion is a boot feeling. Purpose is. It's about direction. Passion screams, I love this. Purpose whispers, this is why I'm here. A woman's 6th weakness is her deep attraction to a man who's going somewhere. And not just a man who's excited about stuff. She wants to orbit something bigger than herself. And you can't bethought gravity if your entire life is Netflix, gym selfies, and scrolling TikTok. You ever meet a guy who doesn't chase women because he's chasing his Callingthat? Guy is a black hole. Women get pulled in. Why? Because he doesn't just flirt. He moves, and in his movement she finds security, momentum, meaning hair swat. Most guys miss. It's not about being successful yet. It's about having visiona. Dream you bleed for a goal that pulls you out of bed even if you're broke today. If your soul's on fire, she'll feel it. And when a woman sees that fire, she wants to sit beside it. She wants to feed it, not because she needs a savior, but because it makes her feel like she's part of something eternal. Purpose is sexier than abs. Purpose is protection. Propose makes your silence louder, than's a man else's speech. So if you're asking how to win a woman's soul, stop chasing her, chase your why. She follow thought, flame like a moth in the night. Sign 7, her hidden yearning to be led without being controlled. Now this one's delicate, misunderstand it. And you come off as a controlling, toxic cliche. Buther it right, and you unlock one of Theodipist's most buried female desires. Every strong woman has a secret fantasito, surrender, but only to a man strong enough, calm enough, and wise enough to deserve. If this is not about domination, it's about leadership, not control, direction. It's primal. Ancient women, biologically and psychologically, are more attuned to thritty and unpredictabilities. When a man walks in with clarity, direction, and decision-making, power, no arrogance, but grounded authority. She feels safer than she ever did on her own. That's her weakness. She wants to let go just a little, but only when she trues you. Know the road, let me put it this way. She doesn't want a dictator, she wants a captain. She co-pilot all day long. Shall speak, push, challenge. But when the storm hits, she wants to know, Yuri holding the wheel, A simple example winch says, I don't care. Choose where we hit. She doesn't mean you're her boss. She's saying, lead me somewhere with confidence. When you hesitate, when you waffle, she doesn't feel liberated. She feels abandoned. But when you say, let's go here, trust me, you'll love it. And you say it with conviction. Watch her body language change. Watch her soften scene. Aid her vulnerability to words that paint new worlds. You want to talk about superpowers. Forget telepathy. Forget to raid vision. The real power, the one that's been breaking hearts and building empires since the beginning of time, is this language. And here's the raw truth. Women are wired differently. They bond through words. It's not just talk. It's transportation. When you speak with intent, not game but dip, you pull her out of reality and into something bigger. That's her eighth weakness, a mind that responds to word sway. A flame responds to oxygen. You'd need to be a poet. You just need to speak like a man who feels what he says when you say, I love your mind. Don't say it like a compliment. Say it like it's the first time your soul has ever touched hers. When you say you fascinate, say it like you discovered some thing inscient. Behind her eyes, women fall for words that feel earned, not borrowed. From a meme or TikTok quote, words that come from your own bones. Why? Because their right words do more than flatter. They create space for her to imagine and hears. The key, when a woman starts imagining a life with you, when your voice becomes her internal dialogue, Wish is already halfway in love. So, don't underestimate it. Learn to paint, not fake and not slick, just truth with rhythm. Say hot you mean, but say it like it matters. She'll hear it in her heart. Not just her ears, that's her weakness, her soul crevice language that breathes sign. 9 Hoin spoken need for a man who can walk away. And now we arrive at the final wakeness. The one no one talks about best. It makes people uncomfortable. Power of detachment. Here's the paradox. The moment a woman senses you need her more than you choose her, she starts pulling away. Not because she's cruel, but because human nature doesn't trust desperation, yet the moment she realizes you could walk away not out of spite, but because you respect yourself that much, starts leaning in. That's the 9th weakness women fall for. Men who don't fear losing them. It's not arrogance, it's Stoicism. A man who is whole without her woe values her but doesn't collapse for her. Who can love deeply yet still remain independent. That man is unforgettable. Because he doesn't bind her with need. He invites her into freedom, and that kind of man, he's rare. The ones who don't beg, the ones who stay when it's rock and leave when it's wrong, with grace, with silence, and with eyes that say, I loved you, but I love myself too. When a woman meets that kind of man, she doesn't just want him, she respects Hyman. When she respects you, everything changes. Here's the truth. Most men run from sometimes your silence speaks louder than your words, sometimes the most powerful move. You can make us to walk in, she feel it deep, visceral. Ancient, that's the final weakness, the quiadra of losing a man who doesn't fear loss. Be that man.